Hello, today we're going to do our Unit 3 review, numbers and operations, decimals. In our instructions it says to read each question, select the correct answer. And then it's asking us, number 1, which of the following inequalities is a true statement? So it's asking us, it says to compare each place value from left to right. Okay, with that being said, in our place value of A, we know that 0.008 is not greater than 0.80. B is asking us 0.70, is it greater than? And it is not. It is equal. C is asking us 0.24 is greater than 0.024, and it is greater than. Let's go ahead and go to number 2. It says, compare the following inequalities in the true statement. So we're going to compare each place value from left to right. And so we're going to look at A, that is not true, because 0.04 is not less than 0.004. B is asking us, it is the 0 in the hundredths place of the 0.506 is less than the 6 in the hundredths place of 0.56. So it is, our answer is going to be B. Let's look at number 3. Which of the following inequalities is a true statement? Let's look at A. So we're going to compare left to right, and that is not an equal statement. B, 0.05, 0.005 is definitely not the same. And of course C is not equal, but D is. 0.30 is equal to 0.3. Okay, let's go ahead and go to number 4. Number 4, which inequality statements are true? It says select the 3 that apply. So look, we're going to have 3 out of the 4 that we're going to choose. So let's look at A. So first we're going to find the sum of each number, and then we're going to express in a standard notation, then compare the two numbers starting with a digit in the tenths place. So let's look at A. So A, we have 5 tenths plus 6 100ths. So this is going to be written as 0.56. And our statement is that it is greater than the 3 tenths plus 100 fifths. So when we add the 1 plus the 3, that's going to give us 0.45. So that statement is true. Let's look at B. B says we have 9 tenths plus 400ths. So this is just going to be written as 0.94. And it's saying this is equal to 8 tenths plus 14. So when we add the 8 plus the 1, it's going to give us 0.94. So B is correct. Let's look at C. So C, we have 2 tenths plus 700ths. So this is going to be written as 0.27. And this is saying that this is less than 1 tenths plus 18 100ths. So when we have 1 plus 1 is going to give us 2. So we're going to have 0.28. And this is correct. So we don't need to do number 4 because we know we got A, B, and C. So let's go ahead and go to number 5. It reads, Penelope records the change in the stock's value as 300. Which number represents the change? So 300 is written as 0.03, which is A. There we go. So let's go to number 6. Number 6, Caitlin writes in her lab book that she has 417 thousandths of a kilogram of a substance. Which number represents this amount? So we got 417. So here we go. Very simple. It is B. There we go. Number 7, a bag of oranges weighs 5.34 pounds. How would you express the weight of the orange using the expanded notation? So we're going to look at each digit is multiplied by the place value in the expanded notation. So in A, we have 5 is in the ones place, and 3 is in the tens place, and 4 is in the hundreds place. Therefore, the correct notation would be A. Right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to number 8. Number 8 reads, the mass of an object is 60.029 grams. How would you express this mass of the object using the expanded notation? So let's look at it. It says each digit is multiplied by its place value in the expanded form. So 6 should be in the tens place. So we know A is not correct. So we got the tens place, and then we're going to look at the 2. It should be in the hundreds place. Okay, so we're good. But it's not written correctly, so it shouldn't be like times 2. It should be written over 100. So let's look at C. So C is in the tens times 10. 2 is 1 over 100 and 1,000. So we know C is the correct answer. Let's look at number 9. Joe finished time in the race is 21.38 seconds. What is his finish time rounded to the nearest tenth? So we know because the number in the place value of the tens place is 3, the digit in the tens place stays the same. And the number is rounded to 1.4, which is B. Okay, let's go to number 10 reads, Paula puts 18.446 gallons of gasoline in her car. How many gallons of gasoline did Paula put in her car? And we're going to round to the nearest 100. So because the number in the place value to the right of the hundreds place is 6, the digit in the hundreds place is going to increase by 1. And so we're going to round the number, and so it is going to be C. Alright, so let's look at number 11. So let's go ahead and add number 11. So nice and neat, our numbers are added up. So let's just add. So we're going to say 8. 9 plus 4 is going to be 13. Keep our place value. We know 4 plus 6 is going to be 10. Plus 1 more is going to be 11. So we have 61, 38. And so we know number 11 is C. Let's look at number 11. Sam measures the length of a hallway. He measures 3.65 meters, and then he measures 4 more meters. What is the total length of the hallway in meters? So when we have our decimals lined up, we're just going to add. Got a 5, 6, and 7. So our total is going to be A, 7.65. Let's go to number 13. Number 13 reads, last week Natalie ran 14.7 miles less than Janet ran. Natalie ran 18 miles. How many miles did Janet run? So what we're going to do is, we're going to say it's when we're adding our decimal numbers, we're going to write the 18 as 18.0, and we're going to line the decimals, and then we're going to add the digits in the like place value. Go ahead and add 7, and so we have 8 plus 4 is going to be 12, and so we're going to come up with 32.7 is our total miles that she ran, so we know 13 is D. Let's look at number 14. It just says to simply we're going to subtract. So remember, when we're subtracting decimals, make sure that we align the decimals. So we're going to write the 345.000 minus 17.682. And then we can go ahead and subtract. So remember, when we're subtracting, we know 0 will not subtract from 2, so we're going to have to borrow, make this a 4. So this is going to become a 10. So we got 10 minus 2 is 8. So this is going to be a 9 because we had to borrow 1 from it. And that's going to be a 1. We borrowed 1 from this. So we have 9 minus 6 is 3. Make sure we have our decimal. We know 4 will not subtract from 7. So we're going to borrow from the 4 and leave that a 3. So we're going to have 14 minus 7 is 7. 2 minus that's 1. And so there's our answer. So our answer to number 14 is B. 7318. Let's go to number 15. Okay, number 15 reads, Kobe buys a hamster for $13.08. He pays with a $20 bill. How much change will he have? So we know definitely we are going to be subtracting. And remember, when we're subtracting decimal numbers, we're going to align. So we're going to make sure that we write the $20 right here to 0.00. And then we're going to subtract it from 13.08. So let's go ahead and subtract this. Okay, so let's go ahead and subtract. We know 0 will not subtract from 8, so let's go ahead and borrow. So we have 10 minus 8 is going to give us 2, and we'll just go ahead and bring our 9 down. And then we have 9 minus 3 is going to give us 6. So it's $6.92, which is C. Let's look at number 16. Number 16 says the mass of one specimen is 0.76 kilograms. The mass of a second specimen is 0.581 kilograms. How many kilograms more is the mass of the first specimen? So, of course, here again, we're going to look at our keywords, and we are going to subtract. So, don't forget, anytime we're subtracting decimals, we are going to line up our numbers. So, our 0.76 is going to line up as 0.760, and then we're going to subtract that from 0.581. Let's go ahead and subtract this. Let's go ahead and borrow. So 10 minus 1 is going to be 9. We know 5 will not subtract from 8, so we're going to borrow from the 7. So we'll say 15 minus 8 is going to be 7, and 6 minus 5 is 1. So our total there is 0.179 kilograms, which is A. Let's go to number 17. Okay, number 17. At a restaurant, 5 friends each paid $13.79 for dinner. How much was the total bill? So let's go ahead and multiply this out. Okay, so we know 5 times 9 is 45. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 4 more is going to give us 39. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 more is going to give us 18. And then 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 more is going to give us 6. So our answer is going to be $68.95 is the total bill. Okay, so let's look at number 18. So Michael drove an average of 57.4 miles per hour for 3.25 hours. How many miles did Michael drive? Okay, so let's go ahead and multiply this out. So we'll say 5 times 4 is 20. And then 5 times 7 is 35, plus 2 more is going to give us 37. And then 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 more is going to give us 28. Okay, so let's go ahead and work our next level, and we're going to go to 2, and that's going to start in the tens place, so we'll go ahead and put our 0 here. We'll say 2 times 4 is going to give us 8, and then 2 times 7 is going to give us 14. 4 there, 1 there. 2 times 8 is going to give us 10, plus 1 more is going to give us 11. Okay, and then let's go to our 3. It's going to give us 100, so we're going to go ahead and put 2 zeros because that's going to start off our 100 place. So we'll go ahead and say 3 times 4 is going to be 12. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1 more is going to give us 22. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 more is going to give us 17. So let's make sure we keep it lined up straight, and let's go ahead and add. So we have 0 here. 8 plus 7 is going to give us 15. 8 plus 1 is going to give us 9. Plus 4 more is going to give us 13, and that's 2 more is going to give us 15. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 more is going to be 2, or I'm sorry, 4, and then 4 plus is going to be 6. 7 plus 1 is going to give us 8, and then 1. So we're going to go over our 3 place values. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So we'll go here, and we can just drop that 0. So we know that number 18 is going to be B. All right, let's look at number 19. So the bill of a restaurant is $56.24. 4 friends split the bill equally. How much does each person pay? So we know there we're going to divide. Let's work this problem out. So remember on number 19, so the problem can be written as this. To divide a decimal number by a whole number, the decimal point of the component will be directly above the decimal point in the dividend. Since we have 56.24 divided by 4, so let's go ahead and divide it out. So we know that 4 will divide into 5 one time. So 1 times 4 is 4. Going to have a 1 left over. Go ahead and bring our 6 down. We know that 4 will divide into 16 evenly by 4 times 4 is 16. So we know, we're going to bring our 2 down. We know that 4 will not divide into 2, so let's go ahead and put a 0 here and bring our 4 down. And so we know that 4 will divide into 24 evenly with 6. 4 is 24. So our total is going to be $14.06, which is B. Remember, this was a review. I hope none of you have any questions, but if you do, please feel free to email me. My email address is math1jgcc@gmail.com. The worksheet for you to fill out will also be in Google Classroom. And don't forget the code is 2MK74E3. Though, of course, there's always assignments on Tabe Academy that you can refresh your memory on. Don't forget your username is your first name 1, password is happy1. Of course, you have assignments in iexcel.com. Your username, your first name 1 at Job Corps, and your password is joyful1. I hope you all have a great day and look forward to seeing you soon.